So this is the Perry by Fibremood. It does say it is for woven and for stretch. I tried it on woven, my actual size, and it didn't work. It was too tight. So if you are going to use it on woven, you definitely need to size up. I have gone for this green. It's a luxe jersey from Fabric Godmother, and then these have just arrived today. I'm going to have 3 stripes going down with this gorgeous, I don't know what it's called, but it's really nice. It's like a ribbon sort of thing. I'm going to have a white drawstring going through the top, and then I am going to do the white top in, I can't remember the name of that. I'll find that. Thea, I think it's called. 2 seconds. I'll take you over to it. Yeah, Tanny and Thalia. God, anyway, it's 2 different things. So you can have the twist on the front, or you can just have it as a normal sort of vest top as well. So I'm going for the twist on the top. Now again, I made this and it went a little bit wrong because I wanted to shorten it, and I shortened the front that went across and it's stretched out, so I've had to make it again. So I've done 2 errors for you already that you don't need to do. These are what the trousers are going to look like. So they have the stripes going down, just elasticated waist, really simple and quite I love my Fabric Godmother ones, but they're quite full, so I wanted to try these so that they weren't quite as full in the leg. So we'll go for that. Really easy to make. Obviously the hardest thing is going to be putting these 3 stripes on now, but once they're on, just simple. I don't think it even has a waistband. No, it doesn't. It's just like a fold over top, which I sometimes quite like, so that you're making your waist, it's already in the pattern as you're cutting it out. So I've got 2 stripes on so far and I'm loving it, absolutely loving it. It is very bright, it's very me again. I don't know why, I just like bright colours. Looks great with my nails too. I just thought I'd show you this. So when you're working in with your stripes, obviously you've got your guideline to help with the first one, and then I'm just using my foot as the guideline for this. Again, as usual, I haven't read the instructions to say how far in, but I think it was 1 centimetre for each one. But either way, they look good as they are, so I'll read the instructions if I go wrong. And then this line is where it's going to be overlocked, so it's going to come sort of quite close here, so that was just 1 centimetre guide. But look how gorgeous my overlocking threads look as well. My mum managed to pick these up for me at somebody's remnants thing, so I've got them, but they're sort of like, they are meant for jerseys. So I've just done the front and back, the back piece together, and they look really good already. I love how the graduation of the green goes. It's a pity you're not going to be able to see them, but you will if I use my cover stitch with them, which will be amazing. I need to spend more time on that. How good is this? This is the Perry trousers. It's for Fibremood, so it has 3 stripes on. So I'm doing it in this green with a white cord, and then I'm going to do a white top that's from the Fibremood, that stretchy one that I showed you. So these are coming on good. So you can always rely on me showing you the good versus the not so good. So this is the inside of the down, the bottom of the trouser leg. But can you see what's happened on the upside here? I've either not stretched it enough or stretched it too much when I've sewn it. So unfortunately this section's going to have to come out. I've started okay, but I think I've grouped up. I haven't got it right. So actually, looking at it there, I think it's most probably going to unpick from here to about here and redo this middle section, because the rest it does pivot a little bit and cause this little line, sort of like an air bubble, which I quite like. But I don't like this. It's just doesn't look right at all on this section here. So I'm going to unpick that front and redo that, and then hopefully I won't do it on the second leg. I've replaced that section. I overpicked it and it still seems a little bit out to me. So I'm going to try and see what happens if I press it over. Hopefully, yeah, it's going back down, I think. I'll check it from the other side, but I think that press has made all the difference. I think what happened with this was as I was doing it, I went off a little bit and I tried to go back without like looking at the whole picture. So it's maybe just a little rookie error. Oh yeah, it's gone all ruffly on the front. I don't mind it actually. I'll try and iron on there and see what happens here. If not, I'm going to have to unpick it all, aren't I? Which I don't want to have to do. Yeah, I'm going to have to, because can you see how different that is? I love it. Absolutely love it, by the way. But it is totally different to that side. These have gone on really, really, really straight to the bottom there. So I'm going to unpick this right the way, both sides, and redo that section again. Annoyingly. Annoyingly. But I'll save that for later when I'm watching TV. I like to unpick when I'm watching TV because you've got to stop then, haven't you? So I'll do the other side and then go on from there. But I'm going to try and remember how I did that wrong next time because I do really like it. So I do what I normally do and contradict myself. I've unpicked this because I want to get these finished today if possible. I think the deadline is Wednesday. So I want to get these done and get some pictures. I think like he's golfing on Friday. I don't know. Anyway, I need to schedule my time in with him to get the pictures done. Anyway, I've unpicked it and can you see how much I'd stretched that out unintentionally? Like, I mean, it's so hard because you can't really pin it to it and we've got to go. But look, that's a good, 3 inches, if not 4 out it was. It might be less once I sew it back on again, but I've got to get rid of all these little bits now before I sew them. I went ahead and put the pocket in because I can't ever wait. So the pocket's in and I'm loving how they're looking. I love this pink on the green. So it's worth a hassle, but next time I'm just gonna have to go slower. And I think what happened was I did send I was showing Susie what I was doing and I did send her that midway. Not that I'm blaming Susie, but I think I stopped and took my foot off the gas, so obviously it went wrong. Anyway, I'm back on track, so hopefully these will be ready. So I unpicked and redid it again, and I was only that much out when I've ended up doing it, but it's laid better. Do you know what? They're going to get washed. It's going to move, and that is as good as it's going to get for me now. I'm sure it's fine. I'd put the side in, I'd put the pocket in, and they are looking cute, like Adidas takes, aren't they? I just got on with it at that time, just went for it, conviction, and they've all gone evenly. Maybe it's wrong or not, but they're all on, and obviously got the other one now, so I'll get the pocket in and get these put together. Should come put together pretty quick now. So these are almost done. I just need to put the waistband in, put the elastic in and do some like a little buttonhole stitch so I can feed the cord through. I've just got a white cord to go through them and then turn the hem. I think they only need a little bit, but I've got my Primo cover stitch machine that I will sort of rethread and do that, so I'm sort of stuck at the moment with these, but I did have enough of this fabric left to make a little t-shirt, and I've just found this Franklin t-shirt out. I can't remember who made it now, but I will find out. And I'm sure I tested it for them. So it's unusual because it doesn't have a side seam, and she did them a little bit more couture than a normal t-shirt. So it just has a back seam, which is welt, I'm sure it was a welt finish that we had to do on that. But I can again use a cover stitch for that. Not sure if you could have heard that phone call, but that was Aggie saying what's for tea. Anyway, I've got this out now, and I can fit this in, but I'll have to do the arms on the opposite. So not on the grain line, I won't have enough fabric. And then it has a lovely, it finishes really nicely as well. So you have a bias back tape to go along the back, and then obviously the armholes for, oh no, what's that? Oh, that's a neckband. Why am I saying armholes? So it's got the neckband as well to go on it. So I'm going to cut that out and make that to go with it, and then I'll cut the other one out that I need to do for Fibremood. So I'm at the same stage I am always the day before Fibremood Day, finishing off. I feel like I've done this an absolute mess, but once I get the card in, you're not even going to see that they're not in line. I also did them wrong. It's always a last minute things with me sometimes that go mad. I did an extra frill on there because my elastic wasn't quite as deep. So I went round, so it sort of ruffled that first bit, or that was the intention. But either way, I think they'll look fine once they're on. And I like the sort of the symmetry. I think that's the right word for it. I did try them on last night and they do look really nice. And I've already done the cover stitch on the end. Not the best. Oh, actually, it worked out okay there. Again, for ruching, but that's done. So I also got the t-shirt done using the cover stitch as well, and I did the reverse of the cover stitch on the front to give that lovely pattern, and I did it round the sleeves. Not the best, but I'm getting there with it. And around the neckline I just did plain on the sleeves, and to be honest, I think this might be a little bit too long. I think I might take it up and stitch it around and put an elastic in there. I think that might be a nice feature for that t-shirt to wear with these, because these are ready now. So I've got to get the white top, which is called the Thalia I'm going to call it. So that's all cut out and ready to go here, but first I need to put my tea on. I think this is going to look really good. So it's a twist top, this one, and you're going to see the twist at the end. All the stripes are going to be going in different directions, which I think is going to look really lovely and fresh with that green. I think that looks really lovely. So I've averted disaster again, I think. I didn't have enough of this fabric. There was hardly any left, but I have this. It's slightly whiter than this. The ribbon is bigger, but I'm going to go for it. I think it's going to be twisted, so you're not really going to notice that much. Or I think the twist might be nice actually, but they're a little bit different, so I need to cut that out. So I've done the twist and I think it's worked out all right. I don't think you can really see that much difference between the two. Obviously that one's the wider side and that one is the thinner side. And you clip it on. Now on here, can you see, it looks like it fits flat, but this is the second one I've made, and they don't sit flat. The other one, I tried to shorten it and I didn't know whether I'd done it wrong because I'd shortened it, which is why I'm doing another, because I did a pink one that would have gone perfectly with them things, but it just pulls too much on the shoulders. So hopefully this isn't gonna when it's on and stretched. Obviously you've cut this on the bias, so that should give it more stretch, even though it's a stretch fabric, if you get what I mean. This sort of like the bottom flicks up and this flicks down, so it goes up over as opposed, because that took me ages to work that out as well. So we'll see how this one goes. So I'm finished, and look at how dark it is out there to get photos done. So I'll have to just get some done. I think Leggy's underneath a car right now, so I have to get out with that. I really love this top. I've just tried it on, it does fit really nice. I'm going to cheat and not do the bottom. I'll do that later. Even though I've got my Primo machine there, my tea is on and I need to get my tea. so I'm prioritising. I prioritised. Well, I always prioritise on over everything else, don't I? Anyway, so that's done. I do love it. I think it has worked out better than the other one. Yeah, the other one sort of was gaping at it was tight on the arms. I think I'll still wear it though, but this one is the one that I wanted to make. And I think it looks nice with them different stripes or thicknesses. So see what you think. So the full look, I'm going to get Leggy to take some photographs, and when I can't bother doing my hair, a cap goes on and lipstick, and I put my head down. But it looks really canny with this anyway. I really like these. It's late on, obviously eating quite a bit today, and this, yeah, still just pulls a little bit on them, that front bit, most probably because my boobs are big, but I think it'll give in time. But yeah, I really love that, the twist on that front. And the trousers, like I said, I've done the colour before, the Fabric Godmother one, and I really like them, but I think they're really full, the colour, where these aren't as full. But they do say for a knit, I think I said this at the beginning, they say that they're for a knit or a woven. I tried it in woven and I couldn't get them on. Oh, I've seen a hole there. I haven't showed you that, so I need to go over that bit. So don't, if you're going to do it with a woven, go with a bigger size, definitely. But I love the shape, I love how the pockets fit in. The stripes are a bit mad, but I like them. Sort of like a bit of an Adidas take, aren't they? And yeah, overall I think it's really nice. I'm going to do this. I have got like a really fine knit. I've got a couple of them, and I'm going to try them in that. I'm going to, don't know how I'm going to make these a little bit wider, I think, so that they don't pull as much. But it's definitely worked having that different sort of medium sort of stretch in as well. Otherwise I wouldn't have got it done in time. Last minute Annie, as always. So I'll go and get Leggy from underneath his car, and because he's out there doing that, we're terrible. We finish work, Leggy goes and works on his car, I do this, and then think, oh God, we need to eat. So I'll see if he'll take some pictures now for me, just at the front door, because the pink will go with me pink door.